The Catholics should be the holdout here, because the Catholics just never really went along with all that kind of modern individualism, liberalism. They just kind of rejected that. They're pretty old school about these things. And yet I saw this article the other day. A postmodern Catholic divinity student lets go for a moment of grace. And this student was describing how he wanted to visit a Hindu temple. So he wanted to go visit a Hindu temple ceremony for an assignment in his graduate seminar. And so he didn't end up doing that because he was afraid of coronavirus. So he just did it online, which makes the story even funnier. But he's there and he's sort of digitally participating in this. And then he's watching it and kind of taking notes. But he said, no, I shouldn't just watch it. I should participate in this as well. I'm doing this wrong. I'm observing. But I'm not part of the puja. I'm distancing myself. So he paused the video, takes a deep breath, exhales, then he stares into Ganesha's eyes, and something wonderful happens. I'm entranced, mesmerized. Ganesha's eyes seem to stare back as the chanting wafts over me. I slide into its rhythm. One voice, just breathing, just being, the chanting, the distance of bells. As the puja ends, I am still staring into Ganesha's eyes. The eyes of Ganesha are all that exists, all that there is in my world. What happened? A moment of grace. Even though I was in a non-Christian setting. I must find a deeper answer that goes beyond imposing Christian theology and values on a Hindu puja. In other words, he's worshiping pagan idols to own the traditionalists, to own the conservatives, to own the people who don't believe you should emancipate yourself from everything. You actually hear this argument sometimes. You'll hear people say, look, I'm going to violate some well-established tenet of Christianity, whether it's on, I don't know, theology of the body, sex issues, or whether it's on liturgical issues, or whether it's on, Christological issues or whatever. I'm going to violate some important doctrine of Christianity because that's really the most Christian thing I could do. The most Christian thing I could do would be to worship pagan idols because it's so open-minded. It's not. It's not. And there's nothing new about this, that people think this is some new revelation. No, worshiping pagan idols is the default for humanity. Okay, that's what everyone did for all of human history everywhere, until the ancient Israelites, and then until that idea of worshiping one God finds its culmination, its fulfillment in Christianity. And now we're going back to that. People want your data. They want your information, and a lot of the time they don't want to do very good stuff with that information. They will try to take your identity. Payment apps like Venmo, Cash App, and others make payments really easy, but then if you don't pay attention to your privacy settings, some of them will share your personal information. A recent report found that payment apps share user data with third parties, such as banks, fraud monitoring services. Some even share it with marketing firms. It's important to understand how cybercrime and identity theft are affecting our lives. Every single day, we put our information at risk on the internet. In an instant, a cyber criminal could harm what's yours, your finances, your credit, your good reputation. Good thing there is LifeLock, which detects a wide range of identity theft. For instance, your social security number for sale on the dark web. You have access to a dedicated restoration specialist if you are a victim. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can keep what's yours with LifeLock by Norton. Right now, join, save up to 25% off your first year at lifelock.com/Knowles. That is lifelock.com/Knowles for 25% off. There is nothing new under the sun, folks, I assure you. The worship of pagan idols is not new. There was another article, good article on Unheard, how Satanism conquered America, just observing that Satanism is just untrammeled individualism. Do whatever you want. Ye shall be as gods. That's what the serpent says to Eve in the Garden of Eden. That's how John Milton kind of views Satanism too. And so when we just do whatever we want at any given time, there is really no distinction here. And that's why these sorts of things have darker symbols associated with them. There's nothing new under the sun. We look at our new government. Oh, we have the Enlightenment, brilliant, genius, scientific rule of the experts. No, it's just oligarchy. There have been a lot of oligarchies in history, and we're descending into one now as well. And I mentioned Angelo Codevilla earlier. We've just lost one of the great minds on this issue. So let's not forget about him. Let's not memory hold that. Let's recognize. Let's see this moment clearly for what it is. Let's not get lost in Ganesha's eyes or whatever. Let's not get lost in Dr. Fauci's eyes either. Let's see this for what it is. Let's decide what kind of society we want to live in, what government we want to live under, and let's exercise our political authority, such as we still have it, to do so. I'm so glad you liked that clip. I liked that clip too. I thought it was pretty good. If you would like more of that kind of content, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. THE space MICHAEL space KNWLES space SHOW THANKS SEEYOUNEXT TIME.